What is going on, everybody? Welcome to Creator Spotlight, the podcast series where I change the name of it every 6 months because I got to find something that fits. Today, I have Jackalope Plays. Right now, I just have Ulysses with us today. Not today. Jackalope will be coming in a little later. He's just coming home from school and all the other fun stuff. So until then, what do you want to talk about?
What do you want to talk about?
We're going to talk about Pokemon, guys. The father-son content. If you guys are regulars of my channel, this is a father and son channel. The son is very young, so we're going to try to bring back the degeneracy just a little bit. He is on the younger side. He's not like a teenager or anything, but we're still going to have fun. Don't worry about it, guys. If it gets a little too out of hand, I will speak up. My mods will speak up. But let's try to keep it PG-13 at most. Nothing too crazy, guys. But to start it off, welcome to the channel. How are you?
Thank you so much. We're honored that you would have us. And I just heard him open the front door. So he's here.
That's good. That's good.
He's coming up. And he's been super excited about this. He's honored as I am about being invited to be with you. We know you're a legend in the community, so we're just happy to be here, right?
Yeah.
Welcome. How you doing, Jackalope?
Oh, really good. Sorry, I'm a little bit late.
It's okay. We'll blame your dad. Does that sound good?
No, I told him that the timing didn't work out, so you were dropped off a couple of minutes late, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. But you're good?
Yeah.
Okay, good.
What does your shirt say, bud?
It says April is a National Child Abuse Prevention Month.
Okay, because for a little bit it says like all I saw was National Child Abuse. I'm like, hold on, we just said we're going to be nice because the kids are here. Now we're beating. That's awesome, Jack. You don't like get beaten up at school?
Yeah.
No, we went to a local Native American reservation, and they had this event. Mm-hmm. They were raising awareness against child abuse, so we got T-shirts, and he was wearing it today.
That's awesome. And especially on a reservation. I worked on a reservation for security on the casinos for about 2 years out here, and it is unfortunate how some, not all of them. What I'm about to say is probably going to sound like a blanket statement, but it's definitely not. There are a lot of, especially here in California, since a lot of the casinos are on tribal land, and that's how they get the majority of their money. Sometimes they don't know what to do with it, so they end up abusing their children, either intentionally or unintentionally, because of the substances and everything else they do. So Jackalope, I hope you paid attention. I hope you realize like drugs can lead to that. So what do you say? No to drugs, right?
Yep.
Yeah. Good. We have some legends in the chat. We have SDC in the chat in the Hat Turn. The Hat Turn is saying hello to you guys.
Hello, Hat Turn. Appreciate you being in the chat with us.
The Q&A is open, guys, if you guys want to ask Jackalope, myself, or Ulysses some questions. But I have some questions I want to start off with you guys.
Yeah.
And Jackalope, it's directly to you because you're Jackalope. You are the main person behind the channel. What made you decide that you want to do Pokemon content for YouTube?
It was actually not me that wanted to do Pokemon content. It was my dad that actually like put me into led me into doing this, and like once I like started doing this, I thought like, okay, this will be really fun. And yeah.
Do you like doing it with your dad, or do you like to do stuff by yourself sometimes?
I like doing it with my dad because like he's my teammate in doing this, and well, yeah.
Well, without his wallet, you can't do a lot of this, right?
No.
What's your favorite video that you've done with your father so far?
Good question. I think the one when we were in Los Angeles.
Okay.
When we were at the Kings game.
So I was going to mention, we did a two-parter. We went to LA during the winter break from school. So we went down and we actually went to Frankensons. I know that you were recently there, right?
Yes, that was my first visit as well.
Yeah. So we went to Frankensons, so I took him there. We also went during the same day. We went to a LA Kings game, so it was his first hockey game. And then same day, we also went to the Pokemon exhibit at Japan House. So we got to see all the cool artwork, like Jolteon. I know that you're a fan of Raichu, but unfortunately, they didn't have a Raichu. But they had the Evolutions sculptures that looked amazing. So it was all on the same day. So we did a 2-part video that he really liked.
That's awesome.
Yeah.
What do you like more, Jack? Do you like doing the pre-recorded content where you have to film and edit and come back home and just play with it a little bit, or do you prefer to do the live streams?
I prefer to do the live streams because I like interacting with my viewers, and I like to like the main reason why I like doing live streams is because so all of you know like what I'm doing in real time.
What's your favorite part of the live stream besides talking to the audience? Do you like opening packs, playing jokes on your dad? What's your favorite part?
Opening the packs.
Opening the packs. Your dad told me you have some packs with you.
Yes, we do.
What's your favorite set out of the ones you have right now in front of you?
I'd say Evolving Skies.
Evolving Skies. Have you pulled the Umbreon from it yet?
No, but we have pulled a Umbreon V.
Yeah.
Yeah.
Oh, the Altar V. Like when they're in the alley. It looks like an alley almost. That one, the Altar.
I don't think so.
No, we've only pulled like the regular Vs.
Oh, gotcha.
The biggest hit we've pulled, I pulled the Glaceon VMAX Altar.
Ooh, I love that. I love that card. The evolutions are very well. I like them a lot. Do you plan on opening those first, or are you going to save the best for last?
What are you gonna do?
I'm thinking on saving the best for last because, well, I'd like to get through it last because, well, it's a great set and yeah.
Well, because then if you pull it last, that's going to be the best way to end everything, right?
Yeah.
Yeah. What's your favorite current set from Sword and Shield?
From Sword and Shield, still Evolving Skies.
That is Sword and Shield. I'm a smart person. I meant Scarlet and Violet, Jackalope.
Oh.
I don't know why. Go ahead. Scarlet and Violet, the new series.
I think I like what is the new set?
Temporal Forces.
Temporal Forces.
Yeah.
Temporal Forces. I think I like Paradox Rift because it's actually really great with all the present and not present.
The ancient future.
Ancient future.
Did you see what he has?
Yeah.
That's the booster box I have right now. I got this box from someone you might know. Do you know who Pat Flynn is?
Oh yeah.
Yeah.
Oh yeah.
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 I got this from him. I went up to Frankensons recently for my very first time going. I helped him film a video. I'm not going to spoil anything, guys. I'm not that kind of person. I helped him film a video with Ian, and he bought each of us a booster box to say thank you.
No way.
Yeah. So I got this one from Pat, and I'm going to open it with you tonight.
Did you get to pick your booster box?
I did get to pick my booster box.
Cool. Nice.
Yeah.
What did you pick Paradox?
Because I love the Hariyama, not the Hariyama, the Iron Hands in it.
Yeah.
I want to get more of those. There's still a bunch of other cards in there that I want that I have not pulled.
Okay.
Like pretty much not all the alt arts. The Altaria is one that I haven't got yet that I would like to get. The Iron Valiant and Roaring Skies, pretty much the big ones. Yeah.
That is one that Jack did pull, the Iron Valiant.
Ooh, lucky.
We didn't open too much Paradox Rift though. We haven't done that.
I've opened 2 packs of Temporal Forces, and that's the box that Ian got. So I hope. Oh, speaking of Ian, there he is. I know these people. He says.
Hello, Ian with Ian.
Yeah.
Chili Bruh says, "Hey y'all, thank you for spending time with us. Jackalope Plays."
So we got to interview Ian with Ian.
I saw that video. It
For our
was good.
channel. And I loved your comment about the what do you think happens when we die? Was well, that came out of nowhere.
Yeah, I was not expecting that. For you guys who don't know, they do a series where they play 20 questions, and Jackalope asked Ian with Ian that question, and I was not ready for it. Just like that pack of cards, I was not ready for it. Yeah, Ian with Ian says neither were we. Yeah.
And I think that's part of the point of that question. And we took that question from Stephen Colbert, who asked it.
Yeah.
And the reason why I love that question is because Keanu Reeves answered it on his show, and he said, in answer to what do you think happens when we die, he said, I know that the people who love us will miss us.
Right.
And like that is the most perfect answer, because that's something we absolutely know for sure.
Mm-hmm.
Everything else we think, but that we know.
That's the only thing we do know 100%.
Yeah.
And nothing again.
Yeah.
I'm gonna leave the rest for a little bit later.
Sure.
Okay, go for it.
Out of the people you collaborated with, now do I want to put you on the spot like that and ask you who's your favorite? Oh, okay, for both of you guys.
Yeah.
We'll start with you, since you were like, go for it. Who's your favorite person you collaborated with? You can't say me because we've only been doing this for 20 minutes, and that's biased since we're on the channel.
I don't know if you know them. I think you do. Angel's Awesome Adventures.
Yes.
Son channel.
Mm-hmm.
Kyle, the dad, and I connect really well. So he's really encouraging. So that's somebody that I bonded with the most. Next to that, I would put Diz. Diz and I have connected a lot. We haven't done a collaboration together, but on Instagram, we connect a lot.
Yeah. Diz is such a good friend of the community and the channel. He's been on a couple of times. He's one of the people that he's very family friendly on his channel.
Absolutely.
But he's one of the people that like to come on this channel for like the group chats and just relax a little bit and have a little fun. And we mean nothing by that, Jack. But who's the favorite person that you've collaborated with so far?
Good question. I think it'd be maybe Ian with Ian.
I knew he was gonna say that. Yeah.
Yeah. Because of Big Ian or Little Ian? Big Ian's in the chat right now. No, you can't say both. You can't say both.
Oh, he says no. You got to pick one.
You got to pick one. Big Ian's in the chat right now, so be careful. Ian with Ian says, "You traitor." Got nothing. Nope. You said Little Ian, correct? Yep.
He said
little Ian.
But he hit his face because he doesn't want the repercussions.
No, that's big. Knowing Big Ian, he's not going to be mad at that. He's actually going to be like that. Yeah, that makes sense. The kid likes to hang out with the kid. Yeah. What's your hobby you like to do outside of Pokemon and YouTube?
Gaming.
Gaming? What's your favorite game?
Good question. Actually, can't really decide. Actually, I think.
Well, tell them the ones you play the most, because I think I can name them.
Roblox and Fortnite.
Yes, actually, you can actually name 4. Is it Gran Turismo?
Oh, okay.
And the new MLB 24. MLB The Show 24.
Oh, the baseball game.
Yeah.
Baseball game.
I'm 4 or 5 packs in. I'm 5 packs in and got absolutely
you got nothing.
I got
That's
nothing.
Brutal.
Yeah.
Wow.
But
Jackalope plays baseball.
Okay.
So he's in a league, and he's been playing since he was like 4. So he's into baseball, and I'm into baseball. Like baseball's this room used to be all Dodgers. I'm a Dodger fan.
Okay. So never mind. I was gonna make a joke, but I'll wait till he's gone. Because I'm born and raised in San Diego, so
Yeah.
I'm a Padres fan to an extent.
How does it feel knowing that you'll never have a championship?
Just about the same as how every Dodgers fan won't have a clean record.
That's fair.
What do you mean that they won't get
We mean he's gonna have bad grades. That's
And I actually like a lot of the Padres players. They have some great players, but 2 years ago, I think it didn't come together.
Yeah.
Last year, huge disappointment with Tatis.
Yeah, it's from my understanding, because I don't follow baseball, football. I don't follow a lot of the major sports. I'm a big lacrosse guy, and thankfully my son he likes lacrosse and he's playing it. So I follow that, like how other people follow baseball and football. But to my understanding from my friend who I've known since I was 16, he pretty much explained it to me that the Padres are playing like the Chargers did in the late to mid 2000s, where it was a great team, great lineup. They just couldn't finish. They couldn't pull the trigger. They got to the second half, or I guess for baseball, they got to the 6th, 7th inning and just like, yeah, we're done playing. Yeah.
You're into lacrosse. That's interesting.
I like lacrosse a lot. I played in high school, and now my son, we found out he likes it because at one of his fall festivals for school, they had a lacrosse club show up, and he was like, "Oh, what's that?" I was like, "Oh, that's lacrosse. You play a ball with the stick and." Rika, let's go.
That was worth the wait.
Yeah, it was. Yes, it was. Restraint from Gonzo. Yeah, you have no. Yeah, Chili. I'm trying, man. I'll take that hit. I played in high school, and they were there at his fall festival, and he was having fun playing with it, trying to figure it out, and we signed him up for the league when it eventually came that time, and he's been loving it. He's not the best player on the team, and he knows that, but he's having fun and he's practicing, and that's all I care about. If he doesn't want to play again after this season is over, I'm okay with that. He tried, and that's okay. He likes playing basketball. But I don't think he's going to want to play for a team, though.
Okay.
Yeah. I don't want him to play flag football.
Yeah.
And the reason for that is concussions.
Yeah.
Flag football has more concussions than tackle football.
I didn't know that.
Yeah.
Okay.
You have to think about it, like, and it's not on purpose. They're not actually hitting each other like they are in regular football, but there's no padding at all. They might be wearing a cup and that's it. Mm-hmm. And some of these guys, they're just like any other wide receiver. They're going to catch the ball and then turn around and boom, somebody's right there.
Yeah.
It is unfortunate, but I'm not a fan of football. I don't care for it. I don't want to watch it. I don't even watch the Super Bowl. Like, it could have some of my favorite bands on for the halftime show. I don't care. And then the commercials get played before the Super Bowl anyways. Like, oh, check out this Super Bowl commercial. The Super Bowl's in 2 weeks. What do you mean? Yeah. What position do you play in baseball, Jack?
I don't think I play a position because we all get like mixed up.
Okay.
So he's usually outfield or first base.
Okay. So is it still in this league that he's in still very like, hey, we're gonna play you a little bit of everywhere so you can get a feel of what you like?
Yeah.
Do you have a favorite position to play so far?
My last favorite position was I think right field.
Mm-hmm.
This year I'm gonna try to see if pitching is my favorite.
Oh, pitching. Nice.
Yeah.
I didn't know that. Okay.
Hey, but now you learn something. Now you can help them learn.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, so this year they're doing player pitch.
What does that mean?
So in the when it's younger, so he's 9.
Right.
It's 9 and 10-year-olds. They do actual players on the team pitching. In younger years, they do the machine.
Okay, so is this the first year that he's had? Is it an opponent or a teammate pitching?
An opponent.
Okay, so this is the first year for that?
Exactly.
Okay, I didn't know that, because when we were growing up, well, I don't know how old you are, but when I was growing up, it was either t-ball or pitching by another player. Yeah.
No, I'm older than you.
I wasn't going to say anything about the hairline, but I assumed. Oh, fair, Thorn. There we go.
Nice.
They're coming. They're finally hitting. We only had to go 8 packs in.
No, I'm not ashamed to say I'm 42.
You're not that much older than me. I'll be 36 this year.
Okay.
Yeah.
Well, I know that you and Ian and Diz are in the same age group.
Yeah, I think we're all 88. Yeah.
I'm 81.
Yes.
So I'm in the older age group. And that's one of the interesting things is I think when Pokemon came out, you were all at the right age.
Yeah, I was 10 years old when it came out. And I know exactly where I was.
Yeah.
It's funny, my mom, she would be like, because when I was growing up, it was always like, where were you when Kennedy was assassinated, for my mom's age group. For me, and for you, it's where were you when 9/11 happened?
Exactly. Yeah.
But for my nerd mindset, it's like, where were you when you found out Pokemon was a thing? Because I never grew up. I have Pokemon stuff all on the walls in the office. I have collections of everything. Like that was my gateway obsession into this audience and in everything that I love to do. Yeah, Chili Bruh says, I remember 42 fondly. 45 is around the corner for him. Gonzo, you don't look a day over 45 yourself. Oh, thank you. I try. I died. This is all dyed. I'm naturally gray. This isn't a real mullet. It's it is a wig.
No, so when Pokemon came out, I was a senior in high school, so it wasn't something that was in.
No, yeah, you were like, what is, like, you probably didn't even know what it was until you had it.
It's something for kids. Yeah. So I knew it existed. I was just never into it until he got me into it.
Right. And I think that's the amazing thing about Pokemon. It's lasted for America 26, 27 years. In Japan, it's even longer than that. They're about to hit 30 years. Because the 25th anniversary was 2022, 21. Like, it feels like it was just a couple months ago, just because of the great American the great world shutdown. Everything just seemed rushed and going. SDC says San Diego Padres and Dodger talk. He might be a little back on the stream right now. Chili, son of a Merc goes, Chili, how were the bread lines in the Great Depression? Chili just says long. It's just long. Jack, do you play with your siblings the games or opening the packs?
I don't have any siblings.
Not yet that you know of.
No, he doesn't have any, which is why I play with him.
Okay.
Yeah.
Do you play the Pokemon games at all, or just the cards?
You finished the whole thing with Detective Pikachu.
I finished the whole thing with Detective Pikachu. What does that mean?
You got the video game and you played the whole thing.
Oh!
Okay.
What do you mean?
So I have the new Detective Pikachu Returns. I have Pokemon Sword and I think Pokemon Sword. And I think I have the Pokemon Let's Go Pikachu.
Okay. Which one's your favorite game so far? Trainer Glenn, how you doing?
I'd say maybe Detective Pikachu because in Let's Go Pikachu,
Mhm.
I can't like get out of the area I'm in.
And Let's Go. Do you need help?
Kinda, cause like I'm going where I need to, but like the map says like, oh, you need to go somewhere else, even though this is the right place where I should be.
So do you you might be in a spot where it won't let you continue until you catch a certain amount of Pokemon. So I'll have your dad message me later about where you're stuck at, and I'll help you out as best I can. I've beaten that game multiple times. I just haven't played in a very long time, but I can still help you out. Yeah, well, I'll have your dad DM me a little later.
Have you played all the Pokemon games?
I played every single Pokemon game.
He's a pro.
Yes.
Yeah, he's an expert.
I even played the side games are some of my favorite games. What's my favorite?
What is actually cool is that on Nintendo Switch, since they've released like the Nintendo SNES or the NES, they have Game Boy now for like the regular nice.
Yes. Yeah, they released some of the older games on the Switch now.
Yeah, and so like on the Game Boy thing, there's actually the Pokemon, like the original Pokemon video game on the Game Boy Nintendo Switch thing.
I played all those games. If you ever need help, let me know and I can help you.
Okay.
So did your dad tell you how he came to me and how we started talking about how to get on to this podcast, how you guys got onto the podcast?
No.
So on my Instagram, I asked my community, out of attending creators, I'm assuming he knows he's going to Card.party at this point.
Oh, yeah.
Okay. So out of the attending creators going to Card.party, I asked my community who they wanted me to talk to. You were not only the first response, but you guys are the only ones to come to me and you're like, okay, let's hold my Capri Sun. Let's do this. So you guys are the only one who got one-on-one conversations while everyone else is going to do they're going to do a group spotlight. How does that make you feel that not only were you were the very first person someone thought of to come onto the channel?
It makes me feel like really good.
Yeah. There was a lot of nominations. There are some other great channels on there, but you guys were the very first.
Yep.
I think that is something to show that your community, they do love you. They love what you're doing. I want you to know that, and I want you to keep it up.
Thank you.
SDC has a question for you. What is your favorite flavor Capri Sun?
Ooh.
That's a hard-hitting question.
And you know what's crazy for me? It's fruit punch or the fruit punch and wild cherry I grew up with, not this stuff. This stuff is it tastes so artificial and gross to me. But what's your favorite? Because you grew up on something totally different, so you're probably used to this taste.
I'd say probably fruit punch.
Fruit punch. Do you like the Kool-Aid pouches better or the Capri Sun pouches?
I don't really have Kool-Aid, so yeah.
Yeah, I don't know that I've ever bought Kool-Aid actually.
They're a little sweeter, depending on which flavor you get.
I saw your conversation with Chris Klein, and the conversation you had about Lunchables and Capri Sun.
Oh yeah, Lunchables are real. I used to like them.
And I'm very much in the camp of Chris Klein. Like, not until recently, I was never into that stuff when I was younger.
Yeah. I grew up poor, so I was one of those kids that I think that's why I liked them so much, because we grew up poor, poor-ish. Like, we had food. It's not like I was starving, but we grew up eating cheese sandwiches with no bread. If we got that Lunchable, we thought we were having a good day.
Yeah.
But yeah, I remember it.
It's similar to you. We didn't have much money.
Yeah.
And I'm Mexican, so my mom would flip a lid if if I wanted to eat a Lunchable. Like, what the heck is that?
Yeah, what? How dare you? I'm half Mexican, okay. So like some of the stuff I understand, and I grew up with the white side of my family. I interacted so little with the Mexican side of the family. I don't speak Spanish.
Okay.
But I do remember going to my grandmother's house, and my grandmother is very Mexican. Like she still has the accents. She'll still beat you with the giant wooden spoon that they have for display. But she married a white Mormon man, and I love my grandfather, Charles. I miss you, Grandpa. But he's my grandfather as far as I'm concerned, even though like some people are like, oh, he's a step grandfather. No, he's my grandfather. I've known him my whole life. But he's a white Mormon man from where is he from? Like Michigan. So he knows more Spanish than I do because he married the woman, but he only knows the stuff that he only knows the bad stuff because he'll get in trouble and she'll flip her like, I forgot what English is, and she'll start yelling at him in Spanish. Right. But and it's funny because she blames my mother that we don't speak Spanish. And my mom's like, what? I'm the white lady. you speak Spanish to your grandchildren. But yeah, I remember going to her house, and my grandfather either had dad's root beer, which we were not allowed to touch, or she bought us those the barrel juices. Oh, I thought you were gonna pick one up. Yeah,
barrel juices. The jarritos? No, not jarritos.
No, I love jarritos though. I get the variety pack for my kids' birthdays. They're like this big and they're shaped like little barrels.
Yeah.
I've had those, and like for me, they are way too sugary. Like I took a little sip of it. I was like, throw it in the trash.
Throw it straight to the trash.
Yeah.
So he's moving on to 151. Only 4 packs. So let's hope to hit that Zard.
Oh yeah. Chili Bruh says, one of my favorite parts of the hobby is not having to feel out of place. Thanks for that, SDC. Love my 40s because SDC is 50. And then SDC says Tampico or Tang. I prefer Tampico. Yes. That's because I grew up with it. But Tang is for astronauts, and I'm no astronaut. You keep me on Earth, man.
I'm okay with Tang, but I do prefer Tampico.
I also. Kid Cuisines. I remember those.
Yeah. I remember those.
Yeah. STC says, I grew up Mexican and poor too. What the hecko? Broke gang, milk was a luxury. Milk was a luxury item, I thought. I
remember drinking the carnation can.
Like the powder milk. We were straight up on like food stamps and welfare when I was a kid. So we had milk. It didn't last long because there was 8 kids plus the friends over. Magby. Serena. Yep, Serena.
Was that your 4th hit?
Fifth.
Okay. That's pretty good.
I have 2 EXs, the Auroric, a Ferrothone, and the Rika. I love the Rika.
Jack is.
I don't think you
still no hits.
Ooh, that's brutal. I'm 2 packs done for the right side.
Okay.
The hugs. I feel like they watered them down since we were little. The hugs. Is that what I think that's what the barrels were called. They were called the hugs. I'm gonna have to Google it now because now I'm.
No, I there's a question. What places in Mexico have you visited? I was born in the LA area, but I lived in Mexico when I was a child. So I still remember things like going to the store and getting soda in a bag. Like that was one of my favorite things. They would pour the soda because of the glass bottle. You had to pay extra to take the glass bottle. They would just pour it in a bag for you. Yep.
Yeah, these things. Yeah, these. Yeah, I didn't know. I just thought they were called barrel juices. I didn't know they had a name.
Yeah.
I remember one year when my son was very little, I got them for the house. I was like, oh, my son's gonna love these. I loved them when I was a kid. I drank one after they were nice and cold, and I was like, oh, my wife's gonna beat me because these are disgusting. Yeah, I feel like they got extremely watered down too since I was a little kid.
Yeah.
Yeah,
Yeah.
you're still a little kid. I've only been to Tijuana and Tecate.
Okay. Jack's never been to Mexico, actually.
Yeah.
Not yet.
He's been to Canada, so he's been to Nova Scotia and a couple other places in Canada, but never Mexico. Never taken.
I've been to Mexico?
No.
Never.
Oh.
Are churros from heaven? No, they're
churros from heaven.
Churros are from Disneyland, which is pretty close to heaven.
It depends on the churro. Some churros can be from hell.
I know, right?
I don't think. Well, that's a lie. I have had a bad churro before. It was at this Mexican food place in Florida.
Okay.
It was burnt. It was nasty. They didn't have any cinnamon or sugar on it. I didn't know what they were. I don't think they knew what they were doing.
Yeah.
So what's funny is that my mom calls them sad churros, because she started calling them that like when they were bad, and they don't taste like good. She calls them bad churros, like sad churros. Yeah. And she started doing that at a Tigers game. I think it was in Athletics versus Tigers.
Okay.
Yeah.
SDC says, I lived in Rosarito.
I lived in Ensenada. So that's nearby Rosarito.
I've lived in Pensacola. That's nowhere near Mexico. It's in the Gulf of Mexico.
That's the Mexico of America.
Yeah. Yeah. No, you have to dehydrate yourself first. You have to earn the water. What's your favorite Pokemon, Jack?
Pikachu.
Pikachu?
Mm-hmm.
That's okay. It's a good one. It is the mascot of the Pokemon Company for a reason.
So can I ask why yours is Raichu and not Pikachu?
Oh, yeah, not a problem. So, Pokemon Yellow was my very first game. I played Red and I played Blue from my cousin. For Christmas, I got the special edition Pokemon Yellow with the yellow Game Boy Color, the game, and I obviously got Pikachu because that was the only starter you can get. My cousin knew this and I didn't. That when you evolve Pikachu from that game into a Raichu, it will not follow you around. So he wanted to play a joke on me because I was in love with Pikachu just like everyone else at that time. Because I was at that time, I think I was 11 when that game came out. And he was like, hey, you want to evolve into a Raichu? I was like, I'm trying, but it won't take my stone. And the internet wasn't a thing yet, so it's not like I could have Googled it. So we traded. He evolved into Raichu, and I trained it back. And I was like, now it won't follow me around. I was really upset, but I still used it, and I used it all the way from my very first playthrough. I still have that particular cartridge. Unfortunately, it's a dead battery inside of it now, so it's not like I can go back and get it. But I fell in love with Raichu. I have a decent memory of it. Not a great memory because my cousin tried to play a mean joke on me, just kind of backfired for him. But that is why I have this specific sprite of Raichu tattooed on me. This is the sprite from the game, from that specific game of that Raichu. Yeah.
Nice.
Who remembers Ask Jeeves? A dial-up. Yeah, I remember Ask Jeeves. It was one of the very first search engines. Yeah.
No, and the dial-up sound, I've actually played it for Jack, and he likes that sound.
No.
I know it's kind of like it's a horror sound, but
it is a horror sound. It is
kind of nostalgic though.
Nostalgic? What's so nostalgic about it for you? What
Funny
do
for
you
a 9-year-old to say it's nostalgic.
Yeah.
Because
I don't think it was a thing when you were even born. Yeah, no.
Hmm.
First pack of the left side, and we got nothing.
Nothing. He's done with all the Brilliant Stars and Fusion Strike, and this is his last 151. Not a single hit.
Not a single hit. That's not good, Jack.
Nope.
Who are you gonna blame for the lacks of hit? You're gonna blame yourself or blame your dad? Who picked the packs out at the store? There you go. All right, Chili, I appreciate it, man. You have a good night.
See ya, Chili.
How many packs do you open in 1 year?
Too many?
about like
3 million? Is that what he said? He cut out a little bit.
He said probably 1 million.
No, I honestly don't know because this is 36 packs right here with the booster box, and I've done a handful of streams already this year. So I would say probably close to 600 to 700 packs I would open in a year. Yeah.
No, I think last year we probably did that.
Yeah, a lot of people open that on one stream.
Right.
Yeah. I wish I had that kind of money.
Still nothing.
Still not. Did you guys go to Card Party last year?
Yes.
Yeah, we did. Yeah.
What are you hoping for this year?
For this year, the card toss thing.
Okay.
Uh,
I did that last year with my son. He loved it.
Yeah.
I got 4 or 5 of the secret cards because I didn't know you were only supposed to get one. And apparently neither did the workers. So I just kept hitting things and they're like, yeah, here, keep going, here. But I ended up like trading them away and getting other things. So that's the second art rare.
You know that part of Card Party, I think connected with a lot of the kids because it gave it almost like an arcade feel.
Yeah, I really like that, and I can't wait to go back.
Yeah.
How many do you expect to open at Card Party this year? Whew. Oh, I didn't even put Card Party in the account for last year. I don't know. I'm expecting to open up a lot. I don't want to talk. I don't think. Well, it's not that I don't want or I can't or I don't know if I can. It's just I don't want to because I don't know if the things are going to change since last time Pat and I talked about Card Party. Mm-hmm. But there are plans to open packs somewhere.
Okay.
And that's I want to say last year I opened close to 200 packs.
Whoa. At Card Party?
At Card Party. I was part of a few breaks, not breaks, like pack battles. I would say I opened close to 200, about 200 packs last year because I even opened up my own booster box with other people. It's hard to say. I would say close to 200 to 150 to 200.
Okay.
Spoiler alert, they're inside scoop. Yeah, almost.
Yeah. No, we probably opened about 100.
Okay.
Maybe he did 150 because I know that he opened up a couple of booster boxes with a friend that we were with.
Yeah.
So he opened up the Scarlet and Violet base. And was it Paldea that released that weekend?
Yes, Paldea was the one that released that weekend.
I think we opened a booster box of each of those.
And I feel like the kids got a lot more free booster packs than we did.
Oh, yeah.
Yeah.
No, Cool Trainer Ryan gave his friend a whole bunch of packs, so they opened them together.
Yeah, Ryan gave everyone a pack in his line for autographs.
It was awesome.
Yeah. Everyone got I don't want to say everyone, but I know the majority of the people got a free Fusion Strike pack, of course.
Absolutely.
Yeah.
No, and that was really fun. He was really cool to Jack. Even when we did the signings,
mm-hmm.
Jack came up and he actually gave him one of our cards with our sticker, and a link to our channel. Jack did, and he said, "Here, it's for you." So he was trying to get Cool Trainer Ryan to subscribe to our channel.
That's awesome. Don't stop. Don't keep that going, because he might have subscribed. You just don't know. Maybe he's not a public subscriber.
Maybe.
Yeah.
No, but I love that he did it.
Yeah, the grind is strong with him.
Yeah. What are you looking forward to at Card Party? Without revealing any secrets.
I want to. There's a lot of. I'm talking to a lot of content creators to do, obviously, pre-recorded content. But nothing is set in stone yet, because we do not know. Because just like how some of the attending creators got, the feature creators also got a email saying, "Hey, we're going to do a Zoom meeting." So that's probably where we're going to find out what the actual plans are. But as of
I got that email too, so we're going to log in.
Yeah. As of right now, I don't have many plans, except I will do a live stream, probably with the Critical Hit team.
Okay.
It probably would be on my channel. It will probably be later in the evening. That way we all have downtime. Probably sometime after the show's over. But as far as like plans, I don't have plans yet until I have tentative plans until we get something concrete from Pat and his team saying, this is where you will be. This is where we need you for this time, from this time, this stage to this stage, something like that. Because we don't want to have anything set in stone and then be like, oh, well, I'm doing this for Card Party at this time, and they're doing something at this time. So we just want to make sure times match up.
Yeah.
How many subs did you jump from networking at last year's Card Party? For me, about 800. And that's,
for us, it was probably maybe 500.
Yeah, and a lot of it is because that, like, Pat and I have talked on and off before Card Party because we're local, and I got to see him a lot while he's doing his stuff. But Card Party is when I got to like really start to interact with the people that I see in chats all the time, and I started doing my live streams a lot more often. So we got raids more often as well.
Yeah.
But yeah, I would say about 800. I would say closer to 600 to 800, somewhere within those numbers.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No, we did. We released a video at Card Party. So day one, we filmed a bunch of content. It wasn't a fantastic video, but it's a video. And it's stuff that we filmed at Card Party and released it that night. So it was ready the following morning. And that video got the most. We had it up to that point, like over 1,000.
Oh, nice. Congratulations on that.
Yeah. So we plan on doing something again. So it'll be better quality than last year. Ooh, nice. Actually sent Pat that card.
Oh yeah, I think he talked about it on his stream.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I sent Pat that card. Yeah, so I'll probably prep a video with like all the extras and the bells and whistles before, and then shoot content on that day one and then release it. Yeah,
I don't think I didn't do much at Card Party as far as like pre-recorded content, except one pack battle. But I didn't because I also like to be in the moment. I don't like to have a camera in everyone's faces. But to the people who do, that's awesome. I'm glad they got what they wanted. Well, hopefully they got what they wanted. But yeah, it is real. I will say though that the numbers that jumped up from last year's Card Party, I will say it is not directly because of Card Party. Like I said, I started live streaming more. It's just the motivation picked up a lot more. Yeah. So we got a lot more raids. We met a lot more people. Yeah. And I would say that's safe to assume that's what happened with you. You started doing a little more. Because there's some people that went to Card Party and got 1,000 subs since then, but it's a lot of it is just because the motivation got there and they started doing a lot more. Because I've also seen channels that have only gained like 20 subs since Card Party. It's all about your motivation and what you're willing to do and what you're not willing to do.
And I think you hit the nail on the head when you said about the engagement that happens and getting the people and the connections that you make, because I feel like a lot of the followers that have happened are because of those connections, like getting to know you more. I know that I sometimes slide into your DMs and ask you random questions, but
and I'm okay with that.
People are willing to offer the help, especially for someone that doesn't know.
Yeah.
And clarify things. So I feel like those connections really help along the lines, either to get to know the content or to grow your channel.
Right. Jack, what was your favorite? Well, I already asked you that. Who are you most excited to meet on the attending creators list?
Ooh.
Can I show you who the attending creators are?
Okay. Yeah, you can cheat. You can do a little research.
Who did you? So last year you enjoyed meeting Pat, right? Who else did you enjoy meeting?
Well, Pat's a feature creator. There's this year they actually separated the list from a featured to attending. Who's your favorite feature creator that you did not meet last year that you want to meet this year?
Maybe Pokevault?
Yeah, Pokevault, that's a good one because he was very busy last year. Hopefully you can meet him this year.
And he didn't have one of those like dedicated signings.
Yeah, he did.
He did? Okay.
He went about an hour over the timeline that they gave him. He did not want to turn anyone away. It took him a minute. This side is bad. I got nothing so far. He didn't want to turn anyone away, and he sat there for about an hour over the limit not the limit, but over the time he was asked to do. Yeah, but I hope you get to meet Pokerev this year. That would be awesome for you. Okay, now on the attending creator list, who is it that you want to meet?
On the attending one, maybe oh, there we are. Wait, we're on there?
Yeah, we are on there.
Oh.
You can't meet yourself.
we can't? Maybe Crazy Cactus?
Okay.
That's a good one. That is a nice one. They're good people. What about
can I give you some bad news?
What?
He opened up all the packs, 6 Evolving Skies, 4 151s, 3 Brilliant Stars, and 3 Fusion Strikes. This was the only hit.
The Rayquaza's the only hit.
That was the only hit.
That's not a good day.
No, that is awful, actually.
What
like almost $100 worth of packs and
just on the Evolving Skies.
Yeah. Right.
STC wants to know, are you guys going to Worlds in August in Hawaii?
Probably not.
Because
I've never been to Hawaii, but we have Card.party coming up, and then in July we're gonna actually take a camping trip to Yellowstone.
Oh, that sounds fun.
Yeah, so I don't see us going then the following month to Hawaii.
Yeah.
So we'll probably skip it.
Last pack of Paradox Rift.
Okay.
SDC says he wants to see Mount Killa.
Okay.
Yeah. What about? Huh?
Who's yours? Who do you want to meet?
Who do I want to meet that I haven't met yet? For attending creators, for feature creators, I want to meet Chaotic Meatball. Okay. He's mostly on the video game side, but in like I love the video game side, so I'm really excited to meet him. Mm-hmm. For the attending creators, it's hard because I've interviewed a handful of them, mm-hmm. So it's like I met a lot of them last year, but overall I love the Joltik so much.
Nice.
Is it going to be a double though? It is not. I'm not mad at that box though. I'm okay with this box.
You got what, 9 hits?
I think I got more than that. 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7, 8, 9, 10, 11.
Okay. That's pretty good.
I'm definitely keeping that one. Definitely keeping that. Do you like Tapu Koko and Rourke? These two, or do you have them already?
No, I don't think so.
You don't think so? Good. Your father's gonna give me a mailing address so you can have some cards from tonight. Because you didn't get anything, so I'm gonna make sure you get some of those.
Sound good?
Sound good.
What do you say?
Thank you.
All right.
I'm gonna throw in some extra goodies for you too.
Awesome. Thank you.
Thank you.
I actually ordered the Raichu, Alolan Raichu tag team, just the regular one, so that I can get you to sign it at Card Party for us.
I'll sign whatever you guys want me to sign.
Yeah.
Yeah. I need the alt art for my own personal collection, but I'm not willing to spend $120 something on it, unfortunately.
Right.
But I also like the hunt. I don't mind buying singles, and I probably will end up buying it as a single sooner or later.
Mm-hmm.
But overall, I like the hunt of the games, of the cards. What's your favorite part of collecting, Jack?
My favorite part of collecting is that it's not about the pack, it's about all the fun that you have.
The journey and the memories you get to make.
Yeah.
Yeah. Is that why you like doing it so much with your dad?
Yes.
It's also a lot cheaper with your dad, huh? Because you don't have to pay for anything.
Yeah.
It's not cheap for me.
No, it's definitely not.
Hey Dad.
Yeah.
Are we able to do a live stream today? Like on the
We are doing a live stream right now.
SDC wants to know who smells better, Mimikyu Squad or OK J Love. I didn't get that close to J Love last year, so I'm gonna have to say Mimikyu Squad because I don't know what J Love smells like.
Yeah, I don't know what J Love smells like either.
Yeah,
I think Mimikyu Squad smelled fine.
Yeah, there was only one person that I met last year that I was like, bro, like you, if we were in the military, you would be getting a steel wool bath. It wasn't a creator, I can say that. I don't know who it was personally. But yeah, I was walking behind him in the vendor hall, and I was getting, my eyes were tearing. I was about to start crying. I was not having a good day behind that guy.
I bet. No, I don't enjoy that.
Yeah, there was a lot of, I won't say a lot, but there was definitely some people that should not have been there the way they were smelling.
Yeah. Can you do me a favor? Go get the 151 and the blue binder that are in my bedroom. I want to show Gonzo something.
Let me do.
No, it's our trading binder that we were putting together the other day to get it ready for Card Party. And I remember that one of the things we did at Card Party is I bought, what was the set? I think it was a Sun and Moon set, and I pulled a Gengar that I think at that point was like $70 or $80, and I looked recently, and it was like $180.
Who?
I was like, okay, I'm open to trading and see what I can get, but it's a cool card. But you would probably know a lot more about it, and I know it's a hit because at that point it's like, oh, this looks like a really big hit.
If it's the card I'm thinking of, yeah, it is.
So I pulled that one at Card Party, and for sentimental values, I might want to keep it, but there's so many other things.
Yeah.
I also had a question for you. So I did the question on Discord about grading companies.
Mm-hmm.
And you go with PSA typically, right?
Yes.
Is there? So we have a video that's getting ready.
Yeah, I've been following. I'm waiting for that after we talked about it.
What delayed it is AGS released their grading, and then they dropped the bombshell that there's a new slab, like Legendary 10, which is like perfect everything.
Don't they already have a different slab
So
for
they
10?
have that, which is a Gem Mint 10.
Yeah, they've had a. Yeah, I remember those when.
But now they have a Legendary 10. And
So-
that kind of like upset me, thinking like, okay, I went through all this trouble. I even had to buy a black label Beckett
Yeah.
because they're so rare, but they're so expensive, because I wanted to show like the different kind of slabs. And then they throw this bomb. She's like, oh, okay, so now I'm going to try to get an AGS Legendary 10, but there's like none available.
Yeah, because they just started it.
Exactly. So I'm like, should I release it with a disclaimer at the end?
Well,
what
when
would
you're
you do
doing
with
the,
this? Yeah.
so in that situation, what I would do is, because I'm assuming you're going to do it segment by segment, company by company.
Mhm.
How I would handle it is during the AGS thing, put like, and you're talking about 10s, and before you move on to the next one, do like a freeze frame pause, like disclaimer note, and then do a voiceover of their website showing off their Legendary 10.
Yeah.
And doing that, like during the process of editing and filming and waiting for stuff to come in the mail, they announced this at the time of recording. We don't have one on hand to show you, but this is what it is. Kind of give it a nice description of why you don't have it, why it's so new, and what makes it different from their current Gem Mint 10 gold label, and why they, something like that. That's personally what I would do. Is a voiceover over their website.
Yeah.
Because I do agree with you. Like you've been working on it for so long, and you want to get it out there, and you do have to outweigh it. Is it going to be worth it to either send cards off to be graded in hopes it gets that Legendary 10, or just wait until someone gets it and it ends up on eBay, but then you have to wait for the prices to be like, oh, it's a Legendary 10 AGS, it's going to be worth a black label. Like, hold on, no, it's not. It's just it's AGS. So I would outweigh the cost and the time frame of it all. And me personally, I would do the freeze frame, go over to the website and do a voiceover. That's personally what I would do.
Thank you.
Yeah.
No, and
no
actually, up until that point, I liked AGS. It was a good experience.
Mm-hmm.
But then I feel like it went into like almost the Beckett category, where they're so rare to get a black label, where PSA is like, they're solid, they're gonna be good regardless of where you're at. So it did change my mind slightly in my experience so far.
So when I decided that I want to start grading cards, I really enjoy Beckett. I do. If Beckett had a membership program, I would probably start grading with them, because I prefer their slabs. They're thicker, they're stronger, and I like to see the subgrades. And then, of course, if I get a black label, that would be awesome. The reason why, and PSA is my second, and I love both companies. I think they are solid. I've never been wronged by them. Knock on wood. But but that's my only criticism with PSA. There's no subgrades, and I don't care. Like you said, if it's all red, white, and whatever the font is, there's nothing different to say this is a pristine PSA 10 card. And I'm okay with that, because that way it does make it a little easier on the secondhand market if I do decide to sell that. Okay, this is what it's going for. And unlike Beckett, where it's like, okay, well, Beckett 10 is going for 500, so a black label must go for 1,500. Right. I don't have to try to scam anyone that way.
Yeah.
I've never liked CGC. When I felt their slabs, I was like, I feel like I can break this with my hand, and I was right. So I've never gone with them. And then all the controversies they're going through lately, they're in it. They're still going to be part of the big three for a very long time, just because how cheap they are and how affordable they are.
Yeah.
AGS, I followed AGS for a long time. Not like actually like on the account followed them and everything. I just followed them because it is an interesting concept of using AI in cameras to grade the cards. But the videos that I saw when they first started, they were damaging people's cards, like when they were doing the sonic sealing and everything else. And then I don't think the AI is quite there yet, because how do we know what if a light goes off in the scanner, or something malfunctions, is that going to affect the grade? I like, if they're going to use technology in that format, I would like to see some kind of transparent process of it all, not just, hey, we use AI and this is what it does.
Yeah.
And then they do a video with just music in the background showing what's happening.
Yeah.
I would like a video of like, once it's in this process, it goes up and the camera scans this, and this, and this is the algorithm that we use.
Mm-hmm.
And then when I was on Drip, Drip is an equivalent to Whatnot.
Mm-hmm.
I was on it very early on when it was just Pokemon, and there was like maybe 5 streamers to pick from during the time. Not Drip, AGS made a Drip account, and they were selling straight. I don't know if they're selling straight from their office or what, but the people that they picked to be on stream were so unprofessional that I was like, I will never buy from them.
Yeah.
They were drinking, they were cussing, and I get that. I used to drink and I used to cuss, but if I'm going to be selling you product, I'm going to be sober, and I'm going to try and be a little more professional than they were, because they were pushing Digimon cards and all these other cards that, like, yes, they sell, but only to those specific players. Like, One Piece has players and some collectors. Digimon are just straight up players. And Dragon Ball is a little bit of both. Like, there's players and collectors.
Mm-hmm.
But at that time, people were there for Pokemon, and then they were very, very and I get it. That's their job. They're supposed to be pushy, to be like, hey, like, this is the fee for right now if you're streaming with us to grade a card, and that's awesome. But if they were so hammered half the time, it's like, you're gonna damage these cards. So that's why I don't work with AGS, and I never will work with AGS. And that's just me. There are other companies out there that I may work with or may check out. Will I send in my big cards to send them off? Probably not. I would probably send off like a couple of EXs so I can. That's what I'll work with. Like, I'm not going to send that Rika to them. I'm going to send Rika to PSA. I'm going to send it to Beckett. Those are my personal opinions on grading. Yeah.
No, it makes total sense, considering that if that's. I started on Drip a little bit, but then I completely left it. I didn't like the experience on Drip. I feel like Whatnot's a little bit more professional, but Drip, it was not pleasant, and I couldn't bring him aboard because just say a bunch of random stuff.
Yeah, and that's the thing. Like, Drip, because Drip was they were competing very well with Whatnot, and then I've heard that a lot, that Drip people, the Whatnot people that were getting kicked off Whatnot were going over to Drip. Yeah. And now Drip is just as bad or not worse than Whatnot at the moment. And it's the Wild West right now on these streaming platforms for that style of streaming platforms. I'm not talking about Twitch and YouTube, because those are different kind of animals, since you have to do it through a different website. Yeah. The Hat Turn says, oh yeah, I stopped following them after seeing them on Whatnot. So I've never used Whatnot, so I can't tell you how they were on Whatnot. But if it's probably the same, they're probably just dual streaming Whatnot and Drip at the same time. Yeah. Who's your favorite family friendly content creator, Jack?
Hard.
Ian's not in here, so you can be honest.
Are you talking Pokemon? Because I think I know who it is for overall.
Oh yeah, overall. Oh, we'll do overall. That's fine.
I want to say either Nikki 30 or Cypher PK.
I don't know who any of them are. I'm sure my son does.
They do Fortnite stuff.
Okay, no, my son won't know who they are. He doesn't play Fortnite, doesn't watch it. He's more of a Roblox and Rec Room kid.
Yeah. What about Pokemon content creators?
Somebody
other than Pat Flynn. Not that we're not a fan of Pat Flynn, it's the opposite.
Yeah, I heard the growl. He wants to say Pat Flynn.
So while he thinks about it, this is the card that I wanted to show you. It's
the full art Gengar from Phantom Forces.
Phantom Forces.
Yes.
I didn't realize until a few weeks ago how big of a deal this card was.
It's a huge deal.
Yeah.
How big?
It's like 180
Last I checked, it was in the 3 digits.
Okay, yeah. So it was. I opened up some Phantom Forces with Jack at Card Party, and I pulled out. I was like, oh, okay, a Gengar. That's super cool.
Yeah, even back then it was still a big deal because I want to
Yeah.
say during last year's Card Party, it was above $50 still.
No, I think it was like 70 to 80 back then, which is pretty good. A decent hit, but like now it's because it's Gengar, I think it went up significantly.
On eBay, it is going for $90, $150, $164, $100, $150. I would say the average is $150.
Okay.
There's an extremely damaged one for $60.
Okay.
Yeah, but yeah, overall it's still over 3 digits, but it's a very nice card.
So that's a great binder for Card Party.
Yeah, it's a very popular Pokemon.
Yeah,
and it's very hard to pull, so that's probably why it's that high.
Yeah,
that's a pretty nice hit to get, says TCG Verse.
Yeah, so we'll bring it back to Card Party 2, and we might be trading it, so we'll see.
So what I would say is probably Angel's Awesome Adventures.
Oh, okay.
Oh, yeah, and you've worked with them before. You collaborated with them.
Yeah.
No, so that's who I'm looking forward to meeting. Is like I met you for like 3 minutes. At Slim's shop.
Yeah, and I'm sorry that it was so busy and I was a little out of it. My wife and we were on a hunt for something. And she's not used to people walking up to her and be like, "Oh, I know you." Yeah. And I'm not used to it either when it's just her and I'm used to it when events are happening.
Got it.
Because I'm usually standing next to another content creator because we're just talking and hanging out. Yeah. But when I'm at a cash register and I'm trying to buy some Funkos, I'm not used to like, "Hey, you're Gonzo." I'm like, yeah, like it took me a second to realize like, oh, that was Jackalope. I feel like a butthole right now because I was like, yeah, good job, guy, get out of my face. But I was also like, I was in the middle of something too, so I am sorry about that. But my wife was like, "Who's that?" I was like, "I think that was Jackalope Plays." She was like, "Don't you know them?" I was like, "Kind of. Like I've talked to him here and there in chats." But yeah. She was like, "Okay, well let's go home. I'm hungry." I'm like, "Okay." Like, yeah. We were getting Funko Pops for Collecticon Long Beach last year, so we can get them signed by some voice actors because she's also a big anime person like I am. Yeah.
No, on that trip, we were driving back from Arizona, Phoenix area. So we drove into San Diego, and I reached out to Ian, Ashley, the Pidgey Boys, so Frank, to let them know, hey, we're going to be around. We're going to stop by Slim Shop. If you guys are there, cool. We'll open up some packs together.
Yeah, I saw the pictures in the DMs. I'm like, well, no one invited me. But it was okay because as soon as I got home, I crashed. I was asleep. I was out cold. It was a lot of fun though. The going out with my wife. I love my wife. Wife, I love you if you're lurking. Yeah. So it was also a much needed break from the boys too.
Good. Yeah. No, so I keep in touch, and I've kept in touch with like Pidgey Boys and Ian's because we collaborate for the Saturday morning TCG.
Yeah.
So I'm in constant communication with them. So I just let them know, hey, we're gonna be in San Diego if you guys want to open up some packs, and they were down. So a box of Paradox, I think.
I really love that idea that you guys have for the Saturday morning crew, where it's the family-friendly content creators doing something on, like, you guys make a time frame and essentially like a really nice TV guide of like, hey, these guys are posting at these times. And I really like that. And I think it's a great idea. I'm not going to steal it or anything because I don't think the content creators that would fit on the same timeline that I would make sense for that because we either post or go live at the same time.
Can I provide a suggestion? I had a great idea for you. I think that you should do the opposite. Time frame.
Saturday Night Degenerates.
I wouldn't name it that, but same idea. I feel like there's you, there's Joey. he does great content late at night,
Yeah.
usually.
Yeah.
And it's more adult oriented sometimes.
Sometimes. Yeah.
But I feel like he's done that. So there's a number of you that do really great content later in the day
Mhm.
and lighting it up that way. So it's more for the grown adults of us that check into you guys, because it's essentially, like you mentioned, a TV guide. It also deflects a lot from me. What I felt is that responsibility of needing to put something out there.
Yeah.
And not just for our own channel, but also for the community. Because if you are away for a month or a month and a half from the community itself, you feel a sort of detachment. Like you lose that connection. So I feel yeah.
I really do feel that, because last month I didn't mean to do it. I just couldn't line up a guest. Well, I could have, but nothing lined up on the timeline, because I'm also in school, and it just got extremely busy for me. So like when I finally got back, it was very difficult to get back. Not very difficult, but it was difficult to get back in the groove of things. And I'm not doing them on Mondays anymore because my son has lacrosse practice. And that's when I normally was doing my live streams, were on Mondays. And Fridays, they've been a little slower in the chat, and I'm not mad at that, because people have lives. And I will say this again live right now, guys. If you watch this after the live stream's over and you're watching the replay, don't bother commenting about how you're sorry. Never apologize for living your life. Live it. That's fine. If you watch the replay, I'm happy for that. That's fine. Just never apologize for living your life. Go out there and live it. That's what it's for. And so please don't apologize. If you want to comment. Just don't comment, "I'm sorry I missed it." Hey man, it's cool. I appreciate just that.
No, but I feel like you're also someone that's super knowledgeable, and I feel like you're really well connected and respected in the community. That you'd be able to do that. You are. So I feel like you'd be able to pull maybe 3 or 4 people for a block in either Friday night or Saturday night, whatever works for you, and have it be adults enjoying nerding out, you know?
Yeah.
With a beer or a wine or something. I tune into that.
I've been sober for 6 years.
Okay, then
not me then.
People watching.
TCG versus, I'm 50% sure my life consists of this and school. So this is practically my life anyways. Yeah, I mean, it happens. Like sometimes a hobby does turn into a little more than a hobby, but as long as you're still having fun with it, I think that's okay.
Yeah. No, and for us, like the Saturday morning thing, it was also to just deflect from feeling that pressure of needing to put something out.
Yeah,
like it feels like we're contributing something. It's fun for us, because even when we don't have content, we'll still tune in, right?
Yeah, you're supporting the other people. I've seen a lot of you guys share other people's contents out.
Exactly.
Yeah.
So I enjoy that part. Like ideally, I think long term, it'd be like one person leads into the other. Okay, this video's done. It's gonna redirect you to this one. And if this person's live, okay, we're gonna raid this one. So going that way.
I wonder, because I know you can redirect for raids on live streams, obviously. I wonder if I think you can do the same thing for premieres.
I think so too.
So if you guys set up premieres for those hours, and I think most of you do. Yeah. Especially if it is a block by block basis, like, okay, we're doing ours by 7 a.m. Someone's doing theirs by 6:30.
Yeah.
Let's push mine back a little bit, and let's push my 15-minute video back 1 minute.
Yeah.
So their video that's scheduled is already playing by the time we're rating. So they're not missing everything. That'd be interesting. And that'd be really good for some of the content creators, is just because their people are if they're not paying attention, they're automatically going to go to that smaller channel, and they're like, oh, what is this? Who is this?
Yeah.
They're going to give them the watch time if people's not watching them. But if they are watching them, they might get that sub. They might get that like.
Yeah, absolutely.
Jack, you okay?
Yeah.
Yeah.
We still with you, bud?
Yeah.
You still with us?
Yeah.
Do you have any questions? I'm an open book. You can ask me anything.
If you had any questions about Pokemon related anything, what would you want to know?
Mm,
Any questions about Pikachu? So you mentioned Raichu, Alolan Raichu tag team's your chase, right?
Yes, it is one of my current chases.
You say are like top 5 cards from both of you that you would want that you don't yet have.
That I don't yet have. Jack, do you want to go first?
the first edition Pikachu.
Okay.
Okay. Base set?
Mhm.
Okay.
I'm assuming base set.
Okay.
Um,
Red cheeks or yellow cheeks?
Whichever one's more. Thank you.
Yeah, he grew up in the investor era.
Uh-huh.
That's a good one though. That's okay.
That's a child that comes from privilege right there.
Yeah.
What else, bud?
Maybe Fossil. Is it in Fossil?
No,
No,
Pikachu.
Jungle.
There is a Pikachu from Fossil, yes.
There is?
No, just Raichu has one in Fossil. I don't know if Pikachu does. Jungle.
Yeah, he's in Jungle for sure.
So Jungle.
See, we have that one.
Yeah.
Oh, no. This is Black Star promo. Never mind.
Second edition.
Base set. Base set. Okay.
Base set too. A Ditto Pikachu if they've made one.
Yeah, there's a Ditto Pikachu.
Oh.
There is. Yeah.
And maybe a.
There's a lot of them. There's two. There's
Maybe.
two specifically.
So for us, we have a fascination with Ditto.
Mhm.
We've done Guess That Pikachu.
Pokemon?
Guess That Pokemon, sorry. Guess That Pokemon, where I do like black out the silhouette of the Pokemon. That's all he sees.
Uh-huh.
He's supposed to guess it. So one time I did the silhouette of Pikachu,
But I
revealed it was Ditto. So every time when I mess with him, I say plot twist, it's a Ditto. See?
What about this Pikachu? Is this the one you want?
Yeah.
Would you want that one?
Yeah.
Ooh, a Comic-Con stamp.
That's why it's $400. It is a Comic-Con International stamped Pikachu.
That is cool.
Or not stamped Pikachu, stamped Ditto.
Yeah.
The non-stamped one's $8, but you don't want the $8 one. You want that.
So then recently when I went to San Francisco, I went to a shop and I found this and I got it for
Oh, nice.
And maybe.
So that's 4. One more.
It doesn't even have to be a Pikachu, just another card you want.
Good question.
What about you, Gonzo? Well, he thinks of them.
Latios and Latios.
Oh, which one?
The heart. I'm assuming the heart.
Yeah.
I obviously the All-Star Tag Team Raichu from Unified Minds.
Mm-hmm.
The Shining Raichu.
Oh yeah.
Mm-hmm. I want I know it's not a Raichu card, but I want the Salvatore from Temporal Fates because there's a Raichu in the card. Plus, I like it. I think it's a great card.
Salvatore from Temporal Fates?
Temporal Forces? Yeah.
Temporal Forces. That one?
Yep, that one.
It's yours.
No.
We'll send it your way.
The Prime Raichu is also another one. Raichu EX from Sandstorm. I think it's from Sandstorm. The Prime Raichu, I think it's from Undaunted. And the e-reader Raichu. I don't remember what set it's from. I know it's an e-reader though. So it's probably from Emerald, Ruby, Sapphire, Emerald, something like that. One of those cards. Those are my top 5.
Okay.
Yeah.
Why this one?
I like it. I think
Okay.
it's great artwork.
Yeah.
Yeah.
No,
What-
I like this kind of card. Like the artwork's really interesting. There's a scene going on, so that's why I like the
ones that tell the stories.
yes. So
Yeah.
Machamp, Jack pulled the Machamp alt art that I really liked. From was it Astral Radiance?
Yeah, I think so.
I like that card. I like the Clive that was released recently.
From Paldea and Fates.
Yep.
Yeah.
Like, those are cool cards. I like those cards.
Yeah. And any card that can tell a story, I'm in. Like the new Chimecho that just got released for Masquerade Twilight or whatever the next set is in Japan. The Kilowattrel, I really enjoy those ones because it's them in their habitat. So I love the new art rares and illustration rares because they're giving spotlight to unevolved Pokemon and what they do in the wild.
Yeah.
Yeah. What are your top 5 cards overall?
My top 5, probably the Latios Latias.
Mm-hmm.
That's a beautiful card. I like the Alt-Art Dragonite from Evolving Skies.
Okay. Oh, the one Ian fell out of his chair for.
Yes. I like that card. I like the cards that don't yet have the. I would say, there's a. I like Buffalant. I want a graded 10.
So good.
He's such a cool Pokemon, and I've always liked buffaloes.
Yeah.
So I just fell in love with that one. There's what is it? Primal Forces. One that I really like that I want it graded 10. So that's one I want. I also want the Shining Mew, Arceus, and Rayquaza from Shining Fates?
Shining Legends.
Shining Legends. I like those 3 cards.
Ooh, those are solid cards. So I
They're
went
pretty expensive. I just like the simplicity of them.
Yeah. I like the simple cards and I like the ones that tell a story.
Yeah.
It's the ones that are complicated just to be complicated. I don't like. I don't like the Lugia alt art from Origins.
Yeah.
I don't like it. I hate it. I love the Stunk Take alt art, the Beedrill alt art. Very nice, very simple, and they tell a story.
Yeah.
Yeah. I Googled PSA 10 Buffalant on eBay. Only one came up. That's $150 for a black and white promo.
Yeah.
Buffalant. It's the Plasma Gale. Yeah, there's not a lot of Buffalant cards out there that are graded, apparently.
I can proudly say that I have a couple 1 of 1 Buffalants graded 10. So this is one of them. So this is a PSA 10.
Right.
But I want the card is blue. It's such a cool looking card that I want that one graded 10.
Mm-hmm. Do you have any ungraded?
I do. Okay. Not in good enough condition to get a 10.
Oh, okay, gotcha. Are you sure you're okay, Jack? You're over there doing the Macarena.
Yeah.
What do you want to talk about? We'll talk about anything. How was school? Oh, he has a question for you.
I have a question for you. So at Card Party, we're gonna get to meet Gonzo for reals this time.
For reals this time, not off guard.
And we're gonna get to meet a lot of the brand new content creators that we've either gotten to know or started watching. Who do you want to just like open packs with? Not get a signature, not shake their hands, not just open a pack for them. Who do you think would be fun to do that with?
Like, who are you talking about? Like,
Anybody.
Yeah. Attending creator, not attending creator, just
we will put it out there and we'll say, hey, Jackalope wants to open up some packs with this person.
Wait, not attending creator?
No.
So what I mean by that is they are going to Card Party, they're just not on the website like you are. That's what I mean. because there's going to be a lot of content creators that are going that aren't even on the website.
Right.
Who do you want to open up some packs with? Little Ian?
Little Ian, that's a good answer. Yeah. So pretty much any kid you see, you want to open up packs with kids, huh?
Mm-hmm.
That's fine. My son will be more than happy to open packs with you.
How old's your boy?
I have 2. One's 8 and one's 1.
Oh, nice. Okay.
The only thing I do ask is hold his face off camera.
Of course.
He's been on the channel before. When he is, we don't do face cams. And the reason is, and obviously I'm not talking down to any parent out there that's doing it, because if I did, you wouldn't be on the channel. My wife and I just decided that we don't want to raise him that way. We don't even post, when I do post stories about him, I put a little emoji on his face. It is because I am a little paranoid.
Mm-hmm.
As I'm sure you know, Jack, I am a former law enforcement officer. So a lot of bad people that I've had to deal with do watch my channel from time to time. I know this because they'll also DM me. So it's just because I'm paranoid. I don't, even though it's not that hard to find out what people look like. I just try to make it that much more difficult for them to know what my boys look like. Even though I'm not law enforcement anymore, they don't care. Yeah.
My brother's law enforcement.
Mm-hmm.
He's not on any social media.
Yeah, and I don't blame him.
Yeah.
I was very inactive for a very long time before I decided to make this my I don't want to say full-time job, because I'm not getting paid at all.
Right.
But I before I started getting very active on this, I had very little interaction with social media. Yeah. But I understand why he doesn't want to do it.
Yeah.
Yeah, it's a little scary, but that, and then I don't want my son to end up like what's that kid's name? Ryan's Toys World, or yeah. I'm sure. I'm sure his parents do a great job. It looks like they did, because they're very successful.
Mm-hmm.
I just don't want him thinking that's what the real world is like. Because Ryan, I'm sure hopefully they're teaching Ryan, like, hey, because that kid, we watched one of his videos the other day with my son, and he's a teenager. His voice is changing. He's going to go through puberty, or if not, he already is.
Mm-hmm.
So he's not going to get the same reviews and kids to come onto the channel when they do that kind of content they were doing. So it's going to start going down, in my opinion. They might find something different to keep it up and going.
Yeah.
But I don't want him to grow up and be like, what's going on? This he has to go out and get a job and push grocery carts like I did. I don't want him to think like that was the real world. And I applaud you, Ian, R&D Pokemoners, because I've talked to all of you before, and all of you have said the same answer. If they don't want to record, they don't record. Yeah. Like Big Ian is practically, he's always been the face of the channel in my opinion. If Ian doesn't want to be on stream, he just is like, hey, I'm leaving. Bye. And I love that. Because I have seen channels, Pokemon channels. I'm not going to say their content names or channel names, but I have seen some kids be like, I don't like, are we almost done? I don't want to open any more packs. And like, no, you sit there and you open packs. So like, they're kids. You're going to turn this into a job for them, and they're going to hate life.
Yeah. So
yeah, I applaud you guys for doing the father and son thing. I don't have the patience for it myself.
No, yeah. And for us, I ask them, even when we're recording videos, right? I ask them, hey, are you still doing okay? Do you want to keep going or not? You heard him earlier. He wanted to live stream. Yeah. Even after this. So
if you guys still do, that's more power to you.
I feel like I'm the one that tells them no, not today, or let's something else.
Yeah,
but I think if it was up to him, we'd do it most days.
Most days, yeah. R&D Pokemoner said the same thing with his son Ryder, and Ryder has made it known too that he can't wait to open packs with my kid. And I'm very glad that most fathers or most parents I've talked to, They're like, oh, our son wants to open packs with your son. That's great. This is my only rule.
Yeah.
And a lot of them are like, okay, great. Like we just won't record. We'll just say, hey, we did packs with him, and this is the card he got.
Yeah.
Cool, perfect, deal. That sounds great. I think legitimately I only had one person that they're like, oh, but that we won't be able to get a good angle. I'm like, sorry, then I don't know what to tell you, because that's my child, and this is how I want him to be on camera. And I understand, being in law enforcement, I do 100% understand if he ends up in the background of a video, he ends up in the background of a video. I just don't want him to be a focal point, because if people are recording in a public space, there's nothing I can do about it, especially at Card Party where everyone and their mother is going to be recording.
Exactly.
But we will give him a hat. He will be wearing a hat. I don't think he'll be wearing sunglasses or anything.
Yeah.
Because we're indoors. But for being a focal point, that's what we're avoiding.
No, one of the things that he's asked me for us to do is like a Roblox gaming channel.
No,
No,
I meant like a regular gaming channel, but
okay.
okay.
But I meant for you to at least try
Right.
Roblox.
I don't know if you've played Roblox. I'm not.
I've watched my son play it. I'm some of those games get me nauseous.
Me too.
My wife and I are actually very upset with Roblox at the moment, because they banned my son for one day.
Oh,
and we're like, what? Because he was trying to play and he was freaking out because he couldn't get on. He didn't know what was wrong, so he's like, help me. So we look on, we helped, and we see oh, you got banned for a day. What's going on? So we go to the account, we check out the ban, and it was something really dumb. It was the mod for that specific server he was in said something to him. And we kind of so he kind of got in trouble from us anyways, because he did break one of the rules of Roblox that we gave him. He went back into the chat and he responded to this person, and they reported him through Roblox or whoever they need to report it to. And they banned him for one day. And I'm like, so we fought it. We're like, look, this is what happened. This is what was said. Here's the screenshot. And they were like, oh, we're going to uphold it. I'm like, that is the dumbest thing I've ever seen in my life. Why? That person said the bad word to my son, and my son was like, it was one of those things. But at the end of the day, after we're like, all right, bud, after we explained to him, you can't go to the chat box anymore. You got banned because of this. It's okay. You're not in trouble because of what you said.
Mm-hmm.
I was like, but he was like, oh, am I so in trouble? He realized he was so in trouble because we've told him since he learned how to read and he was playing Roblox that you are not allowed to go in those chat boxes. Yeah. And he went into it. He got caught. So,
are you allowed to be on there?
No.
Yeah. And he got caught. So he understood that. And then a couple weeks ago, he downloaded well, my wife, before we have the parental lock on the iPad and the phones that you need the password to download a game. He went to my wife, and my wife was like, yeah, this game looks fun. It looks fine. It looks child appropriate. And she downloaded the game. I'm not going to question my wife at all. And I'm not going to tell her hey, this is your fault. You messed up. Because she didn't know either. We don't look at all the descriptions. We don't look at the specs of the game. We just kind of we look at the pictures. Oh, that looks pretty. That looks tame. And we watched him play for a little bit. He was out in the living room playing it, and it was fine. After a couple of days of him playing it, he would turn on the app, and then he would go to his room to play it. And then I heard him talking. I'm like, who's he talking to? What is he talking about? And then I go stand next to his door, and there's a voice coming from his phone. I'm like, oh, no. It was a grown man. So I was like, nope, off, turn the phone off. Give me the phone. And he was like, okay. And I was so upset.
Yeah.
That I didn't realize it was not Roblox. So I told him, you're done with Roblox. You're never playing it again. I got mad. I had to walk away, and I told my wife, and she kind of dealt with it. It wasn't Roblox. It was not. It was the game that she downloaded. And I was like, okay. So I did apologize to my son. I was like, hey, but I was like, I apologize for the Roblox thing. You can still play Roblox. I understand it's your favorite game, but this game is done. Yeah. I was like, I was like, man cub. I call him man cub because he looks like Mowgli from the Jungle Book.
Okay.
I was like, man cub. We don't want you talking to people in a chat box. Why would you think it's okay to talk to people like that on a phone call kind of thing, especially with a grown man that you don't know?
Yeah.
And because I heard him go, I'm 8 years old. I'm like, nope, time to take the phone.
Yeah.
So yeah, it was terrifying. So like he does understand why we're doing things, because I am completely honest with my son. I have to be, because it's the law enforcement thing in me. Like if I tell him, oh, everything's gonna be okay, everyone's a good guy, he's gonna walk into a windowless van. Like it is not the same like when we grew up. Jack, I don't mean to scare you, Jackalope, at all. I'm just I'm a paranoid person. I mean, I look for danger at any opportunity I can. It is not healthy. So I don't even know where this tangent came from, but I'm sure it came from somewhere important.
Well, and we're talking about like them being able to either be on camera.
Oh yeah, and how he wanted to start a gaming channel. Okay, that's right.
So he wanted to do gaming, and actually the first time we tried it out is we have a PS5, and they make it pretty easy to like stream from a PS5. So we tried that first. And me not knowing the YouTube rules is he went on it by himself, and I was sitting next to him, but the account got banned because you can't have a child on camera and no adult present for a prolonged period of time.
That's why what was this? Rusty got banned for 24 hours for the same thing.
Yeah.
You essentially all you have to do is like just it's hey, then every once in a while you have to pop in, especially at his age, which is, it's nice. And or just like have some kind of acknowledgement that you're there. I don't know if a verbal acknowledgement works, but that is a thing.
So we tried that, and he got banned, and then we didn't try it for months, right?
No, like a year.
Yeah, just about a year. And then when we started getting into Pokemon, I said, okay, so the video game thing is not going to work. And I'm not really a gamer, so I can try the Pokemon. Like I feel like I can put it together, like the cameras and all that. And that's why we kind of went with Pokemon and not gaming.
And now we kind of do a little bit of gaming, but more Pokemon.
Yeah.
So is that where the name Jackalope Plays comes from? Because it originally started out as a video game channel?
Yeah.
Where did the nickname Jackalope come from?
He calls me Jack, but since my name is like that, he calls me Jackalope because it's like really close to my name and it's actually a cool name. When he started calling me that, I was like, what are you talking about?
You didn't know what a jackalope was at first.
No. Like I was like 5 years old, 4.
Do you know what it is now?
Yeah, it's a type of rabbit.
Yeah. What's your favorite? Is it your favorite type of rabbit or animal, or?
I'd say I actually don't know what my favorite animal is actually. But the origin of Jackalope Plays is actually so if you've seen any of our shorts, us playing Hungry Hippos, that's actually what we were going to do, like Jackalope Plays, like gaming, Jackalope Plays,
board games.
Yeah.
We love board games in our house. We especially love deck building games. Yeah. So we have a lot of the DC Marvel deck building games. They're really fun. The Hat Turn says, "Wow, yep, some apps for these kids, they're so hard to trust." And that is the crazy part. They're meant for kids, and there's grown adults, not just men, grown adults. Like I think as a father of only sons, I never thought about it growing up. But as soon as my son started coming, you see a little more stories about boys, and we need to protect the boys just as much as we protect the girls. And Quiet on the Set is a perfect example of it. Yeah, which is extremely unfortunate, but yeah,
no, absolutely. And It's something that I like now. I don't want him to be on without me, or if it's Roblox, he knows not to go on the chat. If it's Fortnite, he can't play unless it's with me or with two friends that we know.
Yeah, that's what we told my son too. It's like from now on, you're playing with your cousins, or you're playing in earshot of us. So because some games you can't turn off the other people's microphones. As far as, so we like one time we heard one kid just, I was like, that kid cusses as much as I do. Like, time to get off.
Yeah.
So what is actually cool is that in Fortnite you can actually turn off, like, you can only have that, like, your friends. You can only talk.
When you form a party kind of situation.
But then, I don't know if you've ever heard about this, but I need to see where it is again. A long time ago, I turned on like no chatting, because like there's I think there still is a option that you cannot chat at all. Like, you cannot see the chat, you cannot chat.
Yeah. We've set that up. We set it up for some of the stuff for my son's games, but some, I don't know what's going on with some of these apps. Sometimes you just can't do it, even if you put on the parental lock.
Yeah. No, and overall, it's just scary. So
yeah,
if for Fortnite, I know that there's ways for him to do it, but it's just easier for, if he wants to play, I'll play with him, or keep those friends that we know.
Yeah,
and that's it. And then, like, for one of the things that I was talking to Ian about is about the channel and growth and all that. Like, I'm probably one of the few people on a channel that would not be on the channel if it wasn't for him. Like, I don't do streams or anything like that where it's just me.
And that's okay.
Yeah. And for me, it's, if he wants to do it, great, we'll do it. And if not, then we won't. So that's why sometimes we go like 2, 3, maybe 3 weeks or maybe a month where we don't have anything. It's because either he's busy with something else or doing other stuff. But it's something that we started for him, or I started for him. If he wants to do it, great. And if he doesn't, that's okay too.
And that's what matters, because it's his channel at the end of the day. Yeah,
it has his name, and I'm a part of it now. But I can see him, if it's still going 10 years from now, it'll just be him. So
yeah, and we will watch the evolution of the channel with him growing up. So that's pretty cool.
When his voice changes, when he starts growing a weird mustache.
Yeah.
Probably my kids taking over.
Oh. Okay.
Okay. Have my kids take over.
Your kids take over? Little Jackalopians?
That is a very depressing moment for your father to think of, I'm sure. Your grandchildren, you're not even in the double digits yet, Jack. Calm down.
I know.
And he's already talking about handing it over to his children.
Yeah. And Feller Chris, he's got kids.
He's got kids.
Yeah.
Apparently he's planning on it.
Apparently. Yeah. Jack, what's your favorite cartoon or your favorite show right now?
You know what's funny? We older people ask that. Like, the cartoons thing is not a thing anymore.
No, my son loves cartoons still.
Really?
He watches them all the time on Disney Plus and Hulu. He watches Amphibia, Owl House, Craig of the Creek. He watches a lot of cartoons that I've never heard of, but they're not. Yeah. Yeah. Yeah.
Do you watch any cartoons? I don't think he does.
No, not anymore. Not that much, anyways.
My son loves he loves anime. He'll watch it in Japanese too. And it's funny because we'll be watching something together, and he'll have the controller. He'll be like, "Oh, that was too fast," so I'll have to stop, rewind it a little bit so he can read it.
Oh, got it.
Yeah.
No, he like movies you like, right? Like animated movies he likes. What's a recent one you liked? You like Migration?
Migration, I like that.
Which one's that?
The bird one.
So there's
Is it a documentary on Disney Plus? Is it that
Ducks
one?
or Mallards? It was Illumination.
Oh, yeah. Okay, yes. I know which one you're talking about now. Yeah.
So
my son wanted to watch that one, but it was one of those ones where we didn't have time. We watched. I think the last movie we saw was the Mario Brothers movie in it.
Okay. Got it.
What I'm actually excited about is they're making a new Dogman movie.
Oh, my son! Yes, my son is watching that. That updates too. He loves those books. He's waiting for Pete the Cat to get some animated movies or TV show.
Do you like Pete the Cat?
I don't really watch Pete the Cat, so no.
It's their books.
Yeah.
Okay.
The Hat Turn wants to know: do you have any favorite Pokemon movies? Have you seen any?
Detective Pikachu.
Solid answer. I love that movie too. That's a good answer.
I know. I watch it any day.
It's on Disney Plus right now, so you can watch it. You can watch it any day and any time.
Yeah, that's cool.
Yeah.
I think that might have been my first Pokemon movie.
Yeah, like we said earlier, you were a senior in high school when you did yours.
No, I think we watched
Which one?
Mewtwo Attacks.
Oh, the Netflix one.
Oh, it was on Netflix. Yeah.
Yeah.
Okay. Yeah, no. So I missed out on all those classic Pokemon movies, and he's watched maybe like 3 or 4 of them, right? Like Mewtwo Attacks, you saw that one. We watched one of a Pikachu one. But yeah,
it was probably a short.
Probably.
Yeah.
But Detective Pikachu's a solid one.
I love it. Jackalope, is there anything you want to tell the people?
You all are very kind, and I like that you all like stay family friendly as far as we know.
As far as you know, is the best answer
for now. No, but you appreciate that they were family friendly today, right?
Yeah. I like that you all watch to the end if you have, or just like were lurking around. Yeah.
Or they'll tune in later and watch it later.
Yeah.
So I have another question for you.
Yeah.
For our channel, what do you want to keep doing and what do you want to change? So I feel like we've tried a lot of things. So do you like the 25 questions that we do, and should we do one with Gonzo, you think?
Oh, yeah.
Yeah. So we have that. That would be fun. We can ask him.
I'll do it right now.
Another hour.
We'll do a live. We'll head over to your channel next and do the live stream that way. The live stream you want to continue doing, we'll do it on your channel next. We'll do that one.
Yeah.
Just like an average streamer, 3 hours of stream. Yay.
Yeah.
The other thing we did the Guess That Pokemon, which I think the kids liked. I don't think the grown-ups liked so much.
I would suggest mixing it up with Pokedex entries.
Oh, okay.
Yeah.
Oh, that's interesting. Like the description.
Yeah. So when you're playing the game, I'm sure Jackalope knows what I'm talking about since he's played them. When you catch the Pokemon for the very first time, it would pop up in the Pokedex and it would give you a quick description of what it's like, what they're like in their natural habitat, and all that other fun stuff.
Oh yeah, like in Pokemon Go.
Yes.
Yeah.
Yep. Like Driftbloom, the balloon Pokemon, will tell you it goes out of its way to find lost and abandoned children, so it could take them away into the spirit world by. Yeah. Okay. So very nice and very interesting. Jackalope, tell the people where they can find you and what your channel is all about.
You can find me at Jackalope Plays. My channel is all about Pokemon, sometimes a bit of gaming, sometimes a bit of board games. So I like to stream. You like to do videos, right?
Mm-hmm.
So yeah.
And we're silly, family friendly.
We're very silly.
Family friendly, and family friendly guys. So don't go over to their lives and act like we normally would act. We'll keep it nice and calm for you guys. But thank you guys so much for coming on. I'm glad you guys took some hours out of your day to hang out with me and to hang out with chat. I cannot raid anybody yet. I'm not that far. I'm not monetized, so I can't raid anyone. So guys, please click the link in the description in the chat I just put in there. That is for Poke Surge. We're gonna raid Surge, and we are gonna tell him. What do you want to tell him, Jack, when we get over there?
O2 Gonzo.
026.
026 Gonzo raid.
Okay, we'll tell him 026 Gonzo raid when we get over there, guys. Until next time, guys. My name is Gonzo. That's Big U. That is Jack Little Plays. And until next time, guys, I need to promote my people next week, because next week is a very big creator spotlight. We're going to do a group chat with a bunch of content creators who are attending Card Party, not featured, attending. We have, I'm going to miss some of them. There's a lot of them. EML collects, Pokedad, E-Man collects, OTP Pokemon. I'm missing one. I'm missing one, and they're good. I'm sorry. There's a lot of you guys, and I'm very busy. I'm so sorry about that. But tomorrow night I will be live streaming. I will be opening this box that a viewer sent me. I do not know what's inside, but I do know it is a lot of delicious content. So you guys do not want to miss that. Jack, you are not allowed to attend. I will be saying the F word a lot. But thank you all. Yeah, exactly. What's in the box? All right, everybody, head over to Surge. Let them know 026 Gonzo raid. Until next time, guys, my name is Gonzo. That's Jack Little Plays. Don't forget, collect how you want to collect.